Hey guys, this is Lucas from Better Coding Academy. I'm doing a little bit of a different paired programming session today. We're going to be working on one of the projects that my student put together himself, and we're going to be going through it and reviewing it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Taryn, let's get started and let's see what you've got.
All
And
right, let's get started.
let's go from there. So firstly, run me through what it is you're trying to do here, and then we can maybe, just enhance it a little bit and just work on it, put it together.
I'm trying to make like a replication of Bloom City Battles, at least like a small part of it. So right now I've got like three towers. I completely broke the images, so like it does what it's supposed to do, but like all the images are broken
Okay,
and
yeah.
feels bad.
It's like Bloons TD, but then you've got obviously similar towers and you have all the pictures. So you just want to build that using the web, like web technologies.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. All right. Can I have a look at your code, please?
it's here.
Okay. So let's see. Okay, you got your CSS up here for your canvas and all that. And then okay, so you've got div. Okay, so you got your canvas div, and then a script outside of your body. Okay, so you're doing the whole thing using is this? I think I saw D3 in here, was it? Yeah,
Yeah,
so you're
it's
using
D3.
D3. Okay. So using D3 with SVGs. Is there any reason for using that in particular?
Tried to learn D3 and like after I got the hang of it, I tried to make this with D3.
Okay, okay, I see. And can I have a look at your page again, please? I'm just going to do a quick inspect element and go through it like that. So maybe if we right-click this and inspect. Okay, I see. So you've got your SVG is your map, and then you've got your circle, circle, line. Right, okay, so that's kind of how you put everything together on your page. And is this also part of the SVG, or is that... Okay,
Nope.
no, that's just... Okay, so you just got three divs that you're starting. Okay. Well, you're not using any, like, front-end libraries for this or anything, right?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm thinking maybe even simply because of the state management here, whether it'll be worth implementing this using React. Because like I think it's probably a good idea to use Parcel, because then if you use Parcel, you can kind of like do like resource management, D3, all of that. You don't have to run it like as a flat HTML file, so you have a lot more room for like even with using Babel and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just thinking maybe we can even just implement this using React. Like obviously React won't play a huge part when it comes to doing the D3 part of the page, but maybe we can even use React to just manage some state around it. So what do you think about that?
Sure, I guess.
All right, so let's go ahead with that. Let's go and how about you create a new directory? Call it maybe it's like a similar name, and we'll just get started from a complete bare bones, and we'll try to just copy over whatever we need when we need it in the code. Yeah, just init it. Great. Okay, just yarn add -d. Yep, that's right. Great. And now one more thing before we continue. I like to have this on the right so that it doesn't kind of take up the code too much. Oh, get rid of that. Oh, move this out of the way. Maybe close that. And then you have Prettier installed, right?
Yep.
Okay, so for the sake of the video, just so like we can see this here, what we're going to do is probably just use Prettier RC, and then just like change the print width to 60, which is horrendously small, but we're gonna just zoom in a tad so we can
Oh
see.
wow.
Okay, maybe that's a bit much. It's lagging a bit on my end. Maybe like that. And then can we resize this one as well? Okay, no, that just disappears. Okay, all right. Let's see if that works. So this is 19, and maybe 60 goes off out a little bit more. That should be fine. Should be okay. So now let's go, and we've got our prettier RC, which does not much here. Maybe let's set up like a basic index.html and like index.js from there, and we'll see how we go from there.
All right.
Okay. All right, sweet. Okay, so you've got index.html. Yeah, just use a simple preset. Use the one with the 5. Yeah, that one works. Yeah, okay. So yeah, just keep it like that and just call it. All right, maybe we'll just rename this one slightly. So we'll just stick with like tower and tower defense, is it?
Yep.
Is it defense with the C or an S?
C.
Should be S, right?
Whatever, that's fine.
Whatever. Let's just go on. So you've got this here, your body tag, and then index.js. So maybe what we'll do is like include the script tag in here, and we'll go from there. Yep. Yep. Okay. And maybe do you want to like grab your existing code and just copy that over. So like we can get that working first, and then
Alright.
after that we can go on. So like you kind of have the same type of files, right? Like you've got, maybe we can do some separation in terms of, obviously you can't copy the whole thing. So you have like your CSS, which goes inside of your CSS file. With regards to D3, we might look at just like importing it. Okay, no, you can't. Yeah, you can't do that. You have to like just copy it. Just go on line 5.
I believe.
Okay.
I believe.
All right, fine, whatever. And then now just delete that and go down, delete that as well. Great. Okay. Now just make sure you end off your head as well, because you removed the head tag, remember? Oh wait, it doesn't matter because this is your other file. Yeah, okay. Yep, that's fine.
Yep,
Should be good. Just get rid of
I
that.
think that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. And just remove
part.
the stuff at the top as well, I think. Okay, sweet. Okay. And
That's
yeah, should be good. Just save this one as well and include the styles.scss file. Yep, okay, great. So now what we're going to do is we are going to have to install D3 because you don't have D3 here and we don't really want to include it as... so what we can do is, yeah, just import D3 and it should auto install because Parcel does that, which is pretty cool. Alright, sweet. So now it's going to wait for that to run. There we go. See, it's installing D3 on the side. Alright, do you want to have a look at that and see what that is like?
Oh no, something's broken. Feels bad. I think I forgot my... No, I didn't. What's wrong?
Maybe have a look at your console. See what happens. I is not defined.
Oh my god.
Where's the I from?
No idea.
Wait, which line was it? Do you see?
640.
Wait, that's a different file. No, that's not your code. That's locale.js. So if you just stay there for a second, update enemies. Sorry, just 1 second. Let me have a look. Okay, so this one is locale.js. Which file is this? Reveal inside bar. Let's have a look. So this one, this is in D3 time format. Okay, and somehow it's broken for some. Oh, I think I know why. Which version of D3 are you using? If you go back to your go back to your original code and let's have a look from there, so we can fix that up. So if you click on, just click on.
I have no idea. I downloaded it.
Click on d3.js and we can probably see from here. Okay, so you're using 4.10.2. I think the one that's installed is version 5. So if you go back to your parcel and let's go to package.json, have a look. Yeah, so you're using 5. So if you
use 5 or something.
Yeah, I mean we could, or we could just stick with 4, which is actually we probably should use 5. Hey, because I mean I guess it's the latest.
The newest.
Yeah. So maybe we can go to index.js. And let's have a look. Let's go to the D3 documentation and have a look at the changelog from version 4 to 5 so we can compare and see how we can change it to work better. Yep, so yep, that one there. It's perfect.
This one?
Yeah, it should be. Should be okay. And okay, so D3 5.0. So this is major changes, non-backwards compatible. Promises probably isn't what we're looking for here. Okay, stop 1 sec. Sorry, real quick. So you've got D3. Let me first have a look at your code here. So it says that the error is in update enemies, update frame. Can you go back to your code, please? Let's have a look at update enemies, whatever that is.
Like it's because I use set interval or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be your code. So like update, let's have a look at where update enemies is. Okay, so this one here. You've got, oh yeah, no, this is a silly mistake on your part. So you need to make sure, let me write it. You've got let I equals 0. See if that fixes it, and we'll go from there.
Well, okay, I'm bad.
Alright, can you see if it works? Alright, maybe it's the same issue. Yeah, start round.
So many eyes. Which one? Start.
Yeah. Maybe just do a search like for I and see if anything else comes up, because I assume it's like the same thing, right?
I set J here.
Wow, that's so bad. No, wait, no, wait, stop. That might break things. We don't want to break things yet because this one here, the values persisted across different ones. So I think maybe just for now, like, let's try not to break things. But what I meant is like, let's do a search. Okay, so you got nothing else with 4i. Let's have a look now at your code and see if there's anything else.
I'm sure I've got like 4x or 4y or something like that.
Okay, let's have a look at enemy ID. Still search, yeah. No, it's not that one. Definitely not that one. It's a variable thing. So okay, yep.
Yeah.
So same thing.
Where's my function?
Oh, you're using it right there, so might as well constant, yeah. Okay, and
Oh wow, again.
all right, so you got a whole bunch of issues. Let's not go into too much detail here, like in terms of fixing it. How about we? I think the best thing to do now is start to like separate out your code and refactor it because obviously you have a lot of stuff in a single page.
Yeah, it's horribly made.
It's really messy here. So maybe let's talk about how we're going to do this, right? So first and foremost, so our objective, like in the meantime, is to get rid of this section of code. And the reason I want to do that is because if we are going to manage the data, like using a data management library, like for example using React and like obviously like internal state and all that kind of stuff, it's usually a good idea to render the whole thing inside of React so that we have full control over it from a React perspective. So maybe what we can do now is we can start by rendering like, let's just render a game component and let's do everything inside of game because if we start off with something like that, then we can go. So like maybe, yeah, have like a game component, maybe in like a, I don't know, components directory or something. That's usually what I like to do. Yep, okay. And then, all right, and then slash, yeah, let's do that. Great, okay, and do you have a snippet for creating React components?
No.
You should. Let's set that up for you now because it's super handy. I love using it. Configure user snippets. Okay, new snippets file for Babel JavaScript, I guess. Yeah, you don't have Babel JavaScript. You have JavaScript. Have you installed Babel JavaScript?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna this is what I like to do is you can call it whatever you want. So we'll call this one like maybe like stateless boilerplate. This is what I called mine, I think. So then the prefix is boiler stateless. And the body, is that how you write it for the body? Okay. So then you do like, you know, well, whatever you like to do, but I guess we use backticks here because, wait, can you use backticks? Oh, you can't, because it's JSON, so you have to do import React, and give that a try and see if that works.
All right.
Semicolon. Well, actually it doesn't matter because it's prettier, but yeah, let's try it. So get rid of that,
magic.
type boiler.
What was it called again?
Just type boiler and it should come up. No, I don't know if that works. I think you have to type boiler. Yeah, now press enter. And now type game. There you go. And then if you press escape, it gets rid of the cursors. Yeah, there you go. Now save. And I like to do a similar thing for index, but we can do that at different times. So for index.js inside of game, if you go back to the index.js file, no, inside of game. So we're gonna just write that.
Oh yeah.
Import game from game and then export default game. So we have game here and then put game here. All right, I'll write this out for you. Okay, sweet. Let's have a look at that, see if it works.
All right. Let's just move everything then.
Well, how about we do that later? So I wanna just have a look, make sure game comes out first. Yeah, I like to take it step by step just to make sure because, okay, great. I didn't see that because I'm lagging on my end. But okay, so then now what we're going to do is, no, just stop. Calm down for a second. Calm down, okay? We need to think about, firstly, the data. We need to think about the data and we also need to think about the component structure because there are quite a few things here which would be a little bit different. So obviously you have a next round button which triggers your rounds, the stages in the game.
Yep.
And then we have like, we have balloons kind of coming out onto the screen. We have towers that can be placed in different locations. Now the question becomes, you know, how much control should we have over, like, for example, the location of the towers? Is that something that we want to store inside of React, or like is that something we should store, etc. Like those kinds of questions we should consider, and we should consider those now. So specifically, can you run me through kind of what you want to do with your project and like what you kind of see the final output as being?
I want to have like a, let's say, towers folder.
Okay, before you start making stuff, just run me through like what you're trying to do here. Yeah.
So I want to have a towers folder and then like my towers inside there, and have a balloons folder. Wait, a balloons folder, but that would just have like the color and that would just be like one function, and it would take in the color, the health, the speeds, that stuff.
Okay. Right. So you have so like maybe I don't think like you would have a separate component for every tower or like a separate component for each balloon. In any case, you probably have like a single tower component that renders like, you know, all the towers and whatever. But I think more my question is about like if you're going to store data surrounding, for example, your towers or like your balloons, how do we do that within the game? And like how can we render that stuff effectively is more my question. So like let's go into game now, and let's have a look at, I guess what we probably need to do is we need to consider the data that we're trying to store. So I think it would be important to store information regarding the towers and like the location of the towers, right? So
Yeah,
like maybe we can like set up a state hook for that, because for the towers, like we need to know like which tower is placed where, and like the like exact coordinates of it and everything, right? So maybe we can start with that even, you know, like we can just chuck in a use state hook now,
wouldn't
with
that be
towers.
stored in like the towers component or something?
Well, technically no, because your game stores everything.
Wow. Okay.
Like, doesn't that make sense? Like your game has everything. The towers specifically, you wouldn't even have a towers component. And the reason I say that is because remember that your towers are generated using D3, right? Like the whole idea of the tower moving, the tower attacking a balloon, that is controlled by D3. It's not actually controlled by React. So you can't, like, it doesn't really work if you make it into a component.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, a couple of things. Stop. Number one, so you need to use the array destructuring. Number two, the general practice is you have to write set towers. So if your original one is called towers, then your second one is called set towers. So whatever your first one is, your second one is that prefixed by the word set. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you continue from here. And maybe just like empty. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay, great. So now you've got towers and set towers here. So we're not using this at the moment. Now we've got the towers idea set up. Maybe let's just stick with that for now. I think if we try to do like some fancy magic with the balloons, I think we'll run into more problems than we'll solve, especially at this stage, because I don't think we need to track the location of every balloon using React. I don't think so, at least at this stage. So maybe let's now try to like put back the rest of your interface. So let's check out index.html and have a look there. You've got before you copy it, you've got a next round button, and you've got a component for selecting your tower. So maybe we can have a component inside of game which is called tower selection.
Yep.
Or maybe call like choose tower, because usually I like to go with that kind of tense. So maybe you can do that now. Inside of game, create a component called choose tower.
Choose.
Wait, is that inside of game?
Yeah.
You sure?
No, it's not.
So just right click game. Yeah. No, you can right click.
Oh, right click.
Yeah. Yeah, just choose tower.
Yes. Boil.
Not wrong file. Goes and choose tower.
It's fine. I believe. And then what's it called? Choose tower.
No, this whole thing goes inside of choose tower. You're putting it in the wrong file.
Yeah. We'll just copy it
All right. Okay. Fine.
like magic. And then
Okay. Now go back to choose tower, and just fix up the return, because when you have like your return thing on the next line, it does that. So just move the div to the first line. Yeah, and now save. Yeah, okay, cool. So Prettier will fix that for you. You're using classes here, which probably isn't good. Maybe let's look at using styled components for this one instead of just like CSS, because maybe we can like kind of start moving away from that. Actually, wait. Okay, so we have a couple options here regarding styling. Because you already have, like, because we're integrating a lot with, let's have a look at your code first. So you're using a lot of stuff. Okay, so you actually don't have that much stuff with regards to D3, right? Like, you don't have many styles here that are linked to D3, do you?
Maybe the sizes are linked to D3.
What do you mean by
So the
sizes?
width and height.
Oh, like of the elements here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of have two choices here. Your number one choice is like, you keep everything in, well, you kind of have, I guess, a few options here. So with regards to your CSS, what you can do is you can use CSS modules in order to have like localized CSS. That's probably the best option in this case. Like, it's the easiest to set up. Maybe let's go ahead and implement that. So now you see what it does is it basically changes the name of the IDs, and also it just kind of makes it unique, okay? So it like does special stuff to it. And the end result of having that is it essentially allows us to modularize our CSS so that we can have like the same CSS class name. Like, let's say we call it like dot wrapper in two different places, then we can still use both, and both would have an actual different name. Like, one might be dot wrapper 1AB5, the other one might be dot wrapper C2D4, whatever, right? So like, then those two would be separate. So if you want, yeah, if you want to go back to your VS Code now, and maybe let's just get rid of the style.css, and also, yeah, let's just get rid of that file. Get rid of the import inside of index.js as well. Yep, so that one there, yep, cool. Just get rid of, well, all of that actually. Yeah, you can get rid of line 4 as well. Pretty sure. Should be fine. No, as in like, get rid of this line here. Don't need that. Don't need this. Yeah, not in this file here. Yeah, because this one we're just rendering the game component. So that should make no difference. If you go back to your game.js file. Okay, yep. Sweet. So now what we're going to do here is put in all of those styles. Do you still have those? The divs and stuff?
No, but like it was just div ID equals.
Alright, no more IDs. Okay, this is one thing with components, is that the whole idea of a component is that you should be able to render it twice without any issues, and IDs are by definition unique, okay? So before you continue here, let's just close our other tabs. And let's go, and inside of game here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a file called probably game.scss. So then what I do is, how do you like click on the first tab using a keyboard? I don't know. And then I probably do like, so this is what I normally do. Well, actually, I like to do import s from game.scss, right? Because s is easier to write. And then what you write here is like s.canvas. So I'll show you how this works, right? Because like s.canvas basically is, how do I put this? So the s object is essentially a map.
The canvas object inside the thing.
It's a map of the word canvas to the actual like minified or like messed up ID. So that's what we're trying to do here. So then if you do like say canvas, like background color, red, let's just do like with 100 pixels, height 100 as well. And if we do that now, and let's go to
rip
here and refresh, you get a red square. Okay, and now let's have a look at the actual class name for this one. Is you'll notice that we get the class name of canvas 418f0, right? So that's pretty cool. So it's different to what you might expect it to be. So now we're going to use this same methodology. Remember how we had a choose tower component? How about now you can start putting in all of the content for that. So we can have a proper like choose tower component with all of the stuff, and maybe like a choose tower.scss as well. And then we can separate. You see how we're like trying to start to separate out the code into separate files here? Yeah.
Imports.
So what I do before you continue is choose tower would go here, because these two are both local imports, so you keep them together.
All right.
And then it goes above game because it's alphabetical order. Okay.
From choose tower dot slash. And this one. What do I do with the CSS?
Same thing. So you create a different file called choosetower.scss inside of choosetower. Yep. And then using that file, then you import the styles in there, right? It's like you have separate styles in there as well. Yep.
Something broke.
Yeah, because you
It's empty.
nodes because you don't have the file.
SCS.
Okay, sweet. And what you want to do, maybe can you go back to your original code that you had before with like all of the CSS and like .monkey and all that kind of stuff? Oh, you can just grab styles dot, yeah, and then just copy in probably the section on .monkey, or like, oh yeah, I see what you did. This is really bad. This isn't even worth keeping. Like, I don't even think you should copy this because like if you're using absolute positioning, that's pretty bad. So probably what we can do here is maybe let's first build like .container. So maybe you can do like choose tower and then put .container in. Maybe in this case we could use.
Container.
Yeah, no. What I mean is like, so you probably do like class equals a class name equals. Wait, for the other one, do we do class name? Yeah, okay, cool. So this one here, we'll probably do like class name equals s.container. So then we'd style container inside of here, right?
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then just for the first one, we'll just do s.container for now. And then we'll see how we can improve the rest.
Just include it in game first.
Yep. Just chuck it in there.
Keep some space.
Alright, sweet. And get rid of that extra space. Sweet, okay. So you got s.container and, yep, so go into...
Rip. What's happening?
It's because... Okay, so now just press save in this file again, and it should come up. Wrong file. Yeah. So if you press save inside of choosetower.js... Oh, my bad, sorry. If you go here and you do that, then it should... Yeah, it's fixed now. If you have a look. Okay, great.
Okay.
So now if you go back into your... yeah, let's get rid of the styles in game.scss as well, because obviously I still have the bit on the canvas. So maybe just, yeah, get rid of that. And inside of choosetower.scss, let's start building .container. So maybe for .container, we can do like something like give it a certain width and height. For the units for width and height, we probably don't want to use pixels. So it's generally not a good idea to use pixels for a lot of things. The reason being is because pixels aren't really scalable. Like, when you use pixels, your kind of page size is essentially set in stone. But so what I personally like to do is use rem. So rem, like one rem is like equal to about 16 pixels. But the great part is like if you change the actual, like rem is based on the root em, which is like the font size of your HTML tag. So if you change the font size of your HTML tag, then your whole page kind of resizes to suit that. So what that allows you to do is like, it's just better for like accessibility. And if you want to like do big scale like changes to your site. So usually that's what I recommend.
Yeah. Okay.
But so maybe like just do like, you still want to go for like a vertical design type thing?
What do you mean vertical?
Like before you had yours on the right? So you had like...
I want it on the top this time.
Yeah. You want to do on the top?
Yep.
Okay, so maybe we can, do width 100%. Yeah, maybe like height. Yeah, 5 rem is like 80 pixels. It's probably fine.
80? That's tiny.
No, 80 is a ton, dude. Like if you're gonna have just a couple of things in terms of text, you have one line of text, 80 is almost too much. So if you do background color red now, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, let's have a look. Did you save game.scss?
What? Choose tower.
Game.scss, you didn't save it. Game.scss.
Game. There's nothing in it.
But you gotta save it, because you had stuff before.
Wow.
So that's what you have now. You got Ninja, Juggernaut, and Super Monkey like that.
Yep.
So maybe even like, if you want, you could even make it like half of that, like literally half of that. And you could put in like the pictures instead of the text.
Yep.
So that might be something worth considering. Yeah, let's
Remove
do this part and then let's kind of wrap up this video here.
don't need
Uh,
this stuff, right?
yeah, you can get rid of all of that. None of that's necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, and we'll probably just yeah, so you can like style your whole page there. It's probably a good idea. If you go to no. So what I'm gonna do is just go back into go here. So this is what I like to do, especially for like if you're going for like a whole like full page app type thing. You usually do HTML body margin padding 0, and also like with the 100%. I can't type like that. So the reason you want to do that is just so that you can kind of like, so for example, in this case, you've got a game, you want to keep the game at like a full screen scale, if you know what I mean. And
Yep.
like doing this allows you to do that without using position absolute, because you generally want to, well, you don't generally want to avoid it, but it's just if you don't need to use it, you don't have to use it here. It's probably better to do that. So now for chooseTower.scss, here's what I'm going to do. Just get rid of, or maybe make the background color a little bit nicer, like just background gray for now, and then we can like customize that later. For the height, maybe let's go for 3 rem instead of 5. So that'll be 48 pixels. And maybe now what you want to do is, can you get back your images for the towers?
All right.
Do you have those images in there? Yeah, okay, great. So maybe just open up images. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. So maybe like images. I'm thinking, no, actually, do you think it's better to call it images or assets? I think assets might be better. The reason being, I think we might even have like let's just say you want to do sound, right? Like then you can kind of also have that in the same place. Is my kind of
I'm
thing. And
thinking
like
pretty ahead.
yeah, I mean just in general, and also because images tends to mean static things, whereas like if you have images for like for a game, you usually don't call it images, you call it assets. Like for example, when a game downloads, it's like downloading assets, it's not downloading images and videos. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Sounds
assets
nice
is probably better. Let's create an alias for assets.
That
It's alias.
alias.
Yep. So if you want, you can double check it on Parcel just to confirm. But yeah, it's alias.
Assets.
Yep. Yep. /src/assets. Yep, should be good. So now save that. And let's go back into chooseTower.js. And what we're going to do now is yeah, I mean, these lines are kind of worthless anyway. So let's remove lines 8 to 16. Just get rid of them.
These
Completely.
ones.
Yeah, just get rid of them. And then just let's create 3. Would you create 3 buttons? Probably button tag. So let's just do like button class name equals.
Buttons.
Yeah, button class name is equal to, and what I'd probably do here is I'd recommend using the class names library. So if you want to just go over into your terminal and let's install class names, I'll show you how to use that. So yarn add class names all lowercase, one word. Class names, yeah, great, okay. Cool, so now yarn watch that.
Yarn watch.
Oh, we could have installed it using Parcel. But okay, so now go above line 1 and let's import class names. Yeah, so this is kind of like the weird thing is like you just general convention is you do that. Yep. Okay, so that goes there. And then for class name here, we do, so the reason I wanted to install that is we're going to put multiple classes in here, and you kind of have like 2 choices when you're doing that, right? Like you can either do like, for example, s.tower, and then I'm thinking like, you know, you can do like a space and then s.ninja or whatever it might be, right?
Yep.
But alternatively with class names, what it allows you to do is just run a function here, s.tower, and then s.ninja like here. Okay, so it just kind of does it for you. And it definitely is useful like beyond this as well, but this is a great use of the library here. So we're going to do s.tower, and then I'm actually also, before you continue, I'm going to do s square brackets, and I'm going to do ninja like that. And the reason that we do that is like, this is like a modifier, and I'll explain how that works in just a second here, but we're just going to do a button like that. And do you want to do like 2 more buttons for the other ones? Was it Juggernaut and Super Monkey?
Yep. Wow. What happened?
So for copying it, what you can actually do, I don't know if you know this one, you kind of like just select like any part on the 3 lines, doesn't matter, and then you press Shift Option down.
Shift Option down. What?
No, you didn't press. You should press Shift Command up.
Shift Option down.
Yep. Okay. So you get that, and just maybe just you got 3, right? So maybe like Ninja, Juggernaut, and then Super Monkey, or whatever you want to call it, like Super, doesn't really matter. Super hyphen monkey or Super Monkey. Yeah, probably put a hyphen because it's 2 words, right? So do that. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, so you got S, Tower, Ninja, Juggernaut, Super Monkey. Okay, so what we're going to do here is like, so you have like certain styles for your tower. For example, you might do like appearance is none, and you might have like a certain width and a certain height. But then in addition to that, what you might want to do is for your certain towers, like for example, for Ninja, you do this, right? So then that's like a modifier on top of your tower class. So this is like just how I like to do things, I guess. This is one way you can do it.
What does it do?
Well, this one appends. This one means that like if it has .tower, so if it has the tower class and it also has the hyphen ninja class.
Okay,
So
yeah.
the hyphen isn't anything special. It's just like part of the name to
Like
look
the
cooler.
end.
Yeah, but the and sign basically means like the and sign joins these two together, right? It's like if you imagine these two joined together, it looks like this, like .tower hyphen ninja. So it means that it has both classes, right? So what you can actually also do is you can get rid of the dot. And what that does is then you're looking for a single class of tower ninja like that. But that's not what we're going for here, right? We're trying to go for both classes, so we can just do that. Make sense?
So there's no space between them.
No space.
Alright.
Well, in this case, no space. But if you want a space, just get rid of the and sign. And then what this will do is this will do .tower .ninja, which basically means ninja is a descendant of tower, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So now we do that. And what we can actually do here, I'm pretty sure, is we can do background image. We're currently inside of choose tower. So we're going to go out to game, out to components, out to SRC. So that's a triple ... And then we do assets ninja JPG. So maybe can you try that, see if that works or like is different in any way?
Alright. Nope.
Okay, no, wait, what? Did we save?
What? Didn't.
Can you go back to your VS Code? Let's have a look. Save. Make sure you save this file. How do you save? Command S? Yeah, it's saved, right? I don't know. Let's try again. Alright, let's try again. Have a look. Okay, so you do get the ninja. Ah, you see, now we get like ninja dot jpg. So resolve URL alias using parcel. Okay, what I'll do is I will have a look at that. So it obviously does work, like in the sense that we can use the assets like that. I think we're gonna just leave it at this point. So maybe what you can do, get the other 2 images in there and like just style it, make it look a little bit better in terms of the top bar, and maybe like start putting in your other things into the other components as well, and just like see how much you can do, get it like into a working state.
Yep.
And then in the next video we can have a look at making this better and improve it in some way or other.
Make
Cool.
Tower's defense great again.
Yeah, making it great again. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this pair programming session. I'm really looking forward myself to the completion of this project as well, and just to see what we can put together. This has been Lucas with Better Coding Academy, and see you guys later.